A friend of mine was his publicist at the time. She wanted to all go out one night. So I said, sure, let's go.
I saw Kirsten. I knew as soon as I saw her, I was like, okay, I'm probably going to, try to get at her a little bit because, she was nice.
It was just easy and fun. Kind of all the things you dream about as a little girl, you meet your husband, the love of your life, and you move into a beautiful home, and then you have children, and you kind of live happily ever after, and that was kind of my mindset.
I knew that I wanted children one day, but that one day wasn't that day.
We got pregnant, and it was like, this is what was supposed to happen, We went in and we saw the ultrasound, and I'm just chit-chatting with the girls that are doing the ultrasound, and then all of a sudden it went quiet. And, my doctor told me, by this time you should definitely see a heartbeat, but there wasn't even a baby. There was nothing. The intense pain just starts, and it's full-on labor, basically. So I'm screaming. Brick is running up and down the stairs trying to get me hot pads for my stomach, and the baby passed while he was downstairs, and I just remember screaming his name, and he comes running in, and it looks like a murder scene in our bathroom.
She's very, very weak at this time, and I'm like, well, I have to be strong because we're supposed to lean on one another.
Brick lifts me up and he says, don't you dare look in that toilet, and he flushes it. He's like, that's not where our baby is.
God had shown up in my life before, and so I knew that he was real, and I just knew that this was one of our trials.
I was just focused on having kids, and I was like, Brick, you need to get on board. And he was like, I'm not ready.
So there was just so much attention on having a child. There was so much attention on this vision that I was not seeing the same way. I think as we talked to the counselors and kind of laid out how we were feeling, it kind of quieted down a little bit because we finally felt heard.
It was a rough time, but I feel like that 6 months, we needed that 6 months.
At that moment, we finally were able to plan something together.
And we got pregnant the first time. We were planning our trip to Israel, so my doctor was like, before you go, I think everything should be good. She just wanted to check on the baby and make sure everything was fine before we left. So we went in at 8.5 weeks. The lady, put the gel on, and I look at the screen, and there was no heartbeat. The baby was just lying at the bottom of the sack. And that was really hard. It was really hard, and I remember saying, there's keep checking, make sure. But there was nothing. The baby was just... I was angry with God. I was mad. I couldn't understand it. It was so hard to just live everyday life. The hardest day for me was we went to church on Mother's Day. The pastor asks all the moms to stand up, and she gives every woman a rose that stands up. And that feeling of having to stay seated was so heartbreaking. Like I said, church started to be a really hard place for me. So it was one of those days, and I was tearing up, and a random woman came up to me. I had no idea who she was. She didn't know who I was.
I was trying to kind of just stand off to the side a little bit.
And she said to me, God has not forgotten you. And I was blown away. And I just broke down, and she's like, I didn't mean to make you upset. I was like, you have no idea what those words just meant to me. And I remember just having hope in that and just saying, okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I know you're still there. And I got pregnant.
I felt more prepared. I felt like, okay, I'm ready for this step.
It was like an exciting time, but it was also very scary because I'm like, this is the third time. We've been here before. I don't even know if I have words that can describe the joy I felt.
I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, there was just so much, I was overwhelmed.
It was just like, of course it's you. Of course I was waiting for you.